How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is Reese here, aka New But Soda, coming at you with another video. Today's recap is just covering the market and what setups I saw playing out in real time, and then what I saw after I came back from the market, because I left probably around 11:40 to go play some golf. Nice day in New York. How am I going to say no to that? So just coming into today, we got about a 60-point gap up high here, 41.25, 26.74, sorry, and we get the open print around 41.81. So about a massive 60-point gap due to CPI data. And just coming into this, you could see on ES, this is probably about where we're gonna open. So I knew we'd have a massive gap, and I might miss some trades, and that was just the reality of coming into the day, right? If I have to make sense of everything on the 60, what here is there to really make sense of? I'm not gonna come back here and start looking for PCHs to get long off. That's just forcing something. So just waiting for something to set up on the hourly here, and I did end up seeing a nice setup here that I'll just run through in real time. What was going on. So we got open print here, prior candle low of the hour that closed at 10, 41.8102 is the open print, and then we have a 1-2-3 reversal setting up on the 15 and a 1-2-3 reversal that's set up on the 5 for the entry. So lots of confluence on the criteria that would allow you to take this trade, and specifically seeing this type of buying around such a key level that they're supporting this gap is all you need to see to buy the open of this candle. You're not waiting for a dip. Your dip would be into 41.82, and this candle opens 41.8316. So that's just buy the open of the candle and get in as quick as you can, because to try to save like 2 pennies, I'll show you on the option contract, it's just not worth it. So coming back here to this trade on the option contract, I have this one in yellow just because I saw this playing out in real time. So that's just a nice little reminder to myself that this was a setup I identified. So we've got the open of this candle here. Let's say you go to buy the option contract. You have you could get in around 150 maybe, and then see this to first target, which might be high a day here. And I could go through how you might be able to hold this for this move, but realistically, just trading one contract, I'm just looking to see this through my first target. So I'm more or less looking to identify what setups gave me the best return, and then I can go from there as to whether I want to scale up more contracts on certain trades, right? Because I think scaling wise, you need to set it up in coordinates with your setups. Because the reality is you might be taking C setups or B setups, but you want to put all your biggest bets on your A++ setups, whatever those are. So identifying those setups and identifying good setups is kind of just my one goal moving forward here. I just want to be able to identify those so I know when to increase my bet sizing, right? So just coming back to this trade here and how you might be able to hold for this move. And to do so, you just have to read through the price action, right? So let's say you miss this entry on a beautiful 1-2-3 reversal here. What more do you need to see than a pullback right into this PCH? I mean, that's perfect black magic, 5-minute black magic on the day. High here, 41.8475, low 41.8554. So right in the $2 trigger range that was on this day due to the VIX. So you get another opportunity to enter the beautiful trade, and just seeing each 5-minute candle through here. So you get a nice breakup candle. It looks like it tries to break up, but this is more or less just about a consolidation candle, right? Because it barely closed over this high. Nice, get a nice breakup candle, set up another PCH, and So this candle, you're looking for it to hold this PCH to show the continued strength, and it does exactly that. Flag higher, flag higher. There's no sign of breaking down yet, right? So you get a massive breakout candle, and then here's your first sign of a potential breakdown. And you really don't know what's going to happen next on this candle here, right? This is hindsight. So in real time, all you can do is risk off the low of this candle here, 205.81. So yeah, you could potentially get out here around 282 and capture a little bit more of this move. With the 0 DTE contracts, you could see selling into these massive pushes get you some great executions. So that's just that trade covered. Opportunities to hold for the longer move if you have that defined. I'm taking that first target and watching from there on what might happen. And then so just coming back here to after I left in the day, what I saw later on, we have a PCH right here that's set up around 198.25. So 41.98.25. Let's get into this hourly to see how our system might have allowed it to take this trade, so that this isn't just some hindsight analysis. I'm actually following the system and in how it might have played out in real time, so that I could get in this trade. And so coming into 13, which is 1 Eastern time here in New York, we can see on the 30-minute we got a little break candle trying to push up. The one that actually does test this level, which is the PCH here, 198.25. So you got the PCH on all time frames just about 198.25, and then we come here 198.25. So PCH is on every time frame. So getting into this trade, getting inside each candle, you got the 30-minute here, 12:30. So it's coming into this PCH, and then let's get down to the 5-minute to see how we might have entered this trade and whether or not it would have worked. So this is where time and price can really save your ass. So you get the open of this breakdown candle. If you don't see your trigger within the first minute here, I'm not taking the trade. If my level isn't hit within the first minute, I'm waiting for this candle to close and then seeing what happens from there. So I can't really say as to whether or not this would have triggered in the first minute. It really doesn't look like it. So we get the breakdown candle, and then we get a nice 1, 2, 3, boom, there's my entry off the low of this candle, 195.42. So let's take a look at the option contracts to see how I would have played these and whether or not I would have gotten stopped out. All right, so here's the trade entry here. Low of this candle, 195.42. Low of this candle is 194.23. So get the option contract to open. Even if you bought this around open of this candle, so a little tiny bit early, not waiting for a pullback, just getting in on open, you might have got to fill around $2 here, maybe even 190. So just a solid entry that doesn't really pull back into your stop. Low here is only 184, so you wouldn't have gotten stopped out. And first target is this 5-minute PCL that's set a lower high here. Not going to be targeting this one because this could just be setting up another lower high to break down. Sure enough, it did see a reaction off that level and broke through, but looking at these 0 DTEs, this one was slightly in the money, but it still even comes back to just about your average on this sort of pullback. So even if you're getting in and here on the low, this sort of pullback, this taking place over this much time, with theta decays your contracts quite massively. So just having a slightly in the money contract is huge. So you could see this right to the first target without really getting stopped out. But the key here would have just been, listening to the triggers and action items, just trying to read through the price action, because the only real breakdown candle here, you got a nice PCH that's set up around the 1, 2, 3. This isn't a breakdown candle, it's still within this one. So you just have some consolidation here. Here's your first sign of maybe breaking down, but you're not going to take this trade off for a measly like half an hour. That's not why we get in trades, especially with only one contract. It's either target or stop me out. There's no in between. And we get the target here, so it just takes some time, but ended up here with the high at 42.04.46, and the low here is 42.04.78. So just about perfect. Could sell into this push here, maybe get a fill around around that open price 240, 245, and see a nice 2R to the first target. So pretty happy overall with just being to identify these setups and just go from there. Grade them, grade how I'm doing on the day based around identifying setups, because that's just my main goal moving forward here. Take the A+ setups, note them down, note how they play out, and then work around scaling those. So hopefully that all made sense to you guys and you enjoyed. So thank you for tuning along and have a good one.